Uh, so today we would like to once again orient and train the district officers. We have conducted training for district informatics officer (DIOs) of NIC earlier, but I think this is our first direct interaction with district nodal officers at such a large scale. And I also would like to thank all of you that you have successfully used the portal so far and have captured the data, uploaded the data on the portal, and that's why we have been able to show the progress on the dashboard, and that also at a micro level also and macro level also. But still, the need was felt to once again conduct this orientation session with all of you, and also to show to you the recent changes which have been made in the day nodal formats, and to discuss some points with you which have been raised by the DIOs on the IT Rural Help Desk group, and also to tell you some of the critical pressing issues which we have been facing here. So, as we all know, that IT platform URL is Viksit Bharat Sankalp.gov.in, and we have been successfully using the platform on our desktops, laptops, and mobile also. And in the field, day nodals have been successfully capturing the data related to the events. So you already know what are the key functionalities and special features of this portal. Next, please. As we all know that some of the logins are created from the backend, and among them are the relevant to you are state nodal officers, district collectors, and some of the users are created by other users. For example, district nodal officer is created by district collector. Similarly, D nodal officer is also created by district collector. So for that we have been asking district collector. So for that we have been mobile numbers of district collectors from you, and we have created their logins from the backend, and they have successfully been creating the district nodal officers accounts and day nodal officers accounts. Next, next. Yeah. So next, as we all know that district collector has only limited functionalities on this portal. They have to add a district nodal officer as a user, and day nodal officer, and also district level committee members. Apart from that, nothing is to be done from the district collector's login, but he has the facility to view various reports, various screens, like events, progress made under the schemes, then route, list of vans allocated to blocks and GPs. He can view everything, and a list of the officers, state prabharis, district prabharis. But the important function of district collector is to add day nodal officers as well as the district nodal officer. Next. District nodal officer, all of you are one of the most important link in the entire chain, and as we all know that district nodal officer, once the district collector deputes the district nodal officer and creates a login for him, and also for day nodal officers, it is the district nodal officer who enters the van details in the portal, who edits the events, who creates all the events, creates the route chart, map the day nodal officer with the vans, and in a nutshell does everything on the portal which is related to the conduct of the yatra in the district. One important feature which I would like to highlight here is the second point on the left in the table, on the left side of this slide. Enter van details in the portal. This feature has been added only recently, I think 1 or 2 days back, or maybe last Friday. And this is very important. I would like to highlight this here, and I would request attention of all the participants that there was a problem being faced in the GPS integration of the vans on the portal, and because we did not have the real time, the actual details of the vans moving in the district, like van number, driver number, and driver's name, that's why we have created this facility for the district nodal officer. Now the district nodal officer can enter these details of the van running in his district on the portal. And I would request all of you to kindly do this, go to the portal, check this facility, and please enter the details of the vans in the portal, because it is very essential for one, the real time monitoring of the vans. Secondly, the GPS integration. So I would request all the district nodal officers kindly go to the portal, use your login and enter the van details in the portal. Rest all you very well know what all functionalities are there in your logins, and also you can also see various kind of information like events calendar, list of vans, list of officers and everything. Next. Day nodal, as we all know, that he is the uh, person who actually runs the event, who actually conducts the event and uploads all the data, all the reports related to the event on the portal. And I would not elaborate on the day nodals functionalities and activities here, because we will show you the actual day nodal login page, and also brief you on the functionalities which have been added recently. So with this, I think next we can take the actual portal. So that we can start the day nodal. We can show the changes which we have made in the day nodal login, and first we can show the day nodal login itself. Before that, before that, we can show the district nodal login and show that feature of van details, entering the van details. Then we can go to the
Okay.
day nodal.
Okay, sir.
First of all, because we have got a request from some of the DIOs that they haven't attended any of the trainings. So this is the district collector login, and we all know that district collectors logins are being created from the backend. So once the login is being has been created, they will receive an SMS, and based on the OTP which they will receive once they try to log in with their mobile number, they can create a password. So, as I told you, that there are only two key functionalities for the district collector. One is create user. So he can create user for district nodal officer, day nodal, also for district level committee and uh, the ULB nodal. But for as of now, we would focus on district nodal and day nodal, and it's very simple. He just have to select the type of user, then enter the basic details of the officer. For example, district nodal officer, name, mobile number, designation, etc., and then submit. So once he submits this information, the login for the district nodal is automatically created on the portal, and then district nodal officer can log in using the mobile number. Same is for the day nodal officer. So this is the, and yes, and view users, then view users. Yes, so the users which have been created by the collector, he can see them here in the officers list. So ठीक है, this is the simple functionality for the district collector. उसको केवल डिस्ट्रिक्ट नोडल ऑफिसर और डे नोडल ऑफिसर को डिप्यूट करना है, और डी अर्बन लोकल बॉडी के नोडल ऑफिसर को भी वो कर सकता है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल कमेटी वालों को भी कर सकता है. इसके अलावा कलेक्टर की कोई फंक्शनैलिटी नहीं है. एंड ही हैज़ ऑल दी viewing rights for the dashboard. Home पे जाइए एक बार, go to the home. Yes, so he can very well see all the reports for event wise report, whatever reports are available, he can see. Right. Next, इसको log out कर दीजिए. Now we will go to district nodal officer.
ये इसमें वैन बड़ी खराब लग
So this is the district nodal officer login, and we will now come to van allocation. So first important functionality in the district nodal officer's login is to allocate the van. So we from the backend map the number of vans which have been allocated to the district. Suppose a district has 8 vans. So here in the list there will be 8 items in the drop down, and we give a temporary ID to the vans. हम लोग जितनी vans हैं उनको एक temporary ID दे देते हैं ताकि उसके basis पे आप लोग route बना सकें. Select any one of them. So this is all dummy data, and for van allocation, for the selected van, the district nodal has to select a start date and an end date for the van, and once he does that, then this these fields will come, and he can then allocate the van to the gram panchayats. For example, here is a van and there is a dummy ID for that van, HR6. The state is Haryana. All the data is dummy. And the start date for the van is 15th December and date is 31st December. So for 16th December, in this way, you can select the gram panchayats and also the day nodal and the slot. So everything for that van on the particular day you can select and then add. Then you can further allocate another day or a different slot on the same day and a different gram panchayat for that van. In this fashion, you can keep allocating vans to the gram panchayats, and automatically the route chart for that van will be created. And this is very simple, and this is a very important activity for the district nodal officer. In this way, he can create the van route by allocating vans to the gram panchayats. Next, van details. This, as I said during my presentation, is a very important functionality which we have recently added. This is van details. So uh, here the district nodal is supposed to enter the details of the van, for example, vehicle number, driver name, driver number, for any particular van allocated to his district. As we can see here, for the van, which temporary ID is for the van is HR6. So the district nodal is supposed to enter the actual vehicle number, the driver's name, and the driver's mobile number. Why we have given this facility? Because earlier we were doing this exercise from the backend, but then we found that there are many changes at the field level, and we are not able to get the actual details of the vans which are running in the districts here in the government of India. So we have given this facility to the district nodal themselves. मेरा आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है, आप प्लीज़ इस फंक्शनैलिटी पे जाके सारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट नोडल्स आपके ज़िले में जितनी भी वैन्स चल रही हैं उनके डिटेल्स आज शाम तक फिलअप कर दें. हम लोग इसको यहाँ से मॉनिटर कर रहे हैं और इसको टॉप लेवल से मॉनिटर किया जा रहा है. अगर आप एक बार इसको कर देंगे तो हमें आइडिया लग जाएगा कि एक्चुअली कितनी वैन्स डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में रन कर रही हैं. आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू टू फिल दीज डिटेल्स लेटेस्ट बाय टुडे इवनिंग और बाय टुमारो मॉर्निंग. नेक्स्ट, van list is a this is a list which shows that which panchayats have been mapped with a van, and this is just based on the data, the inputs which you have filled in the van allocation. So this is just a viewing facility. Similarly, events location. So events location, in this functionality you can see that at which Haryana, yes, at which places you have created events. Similarly, there is a facility of view calendar, map view, etc. And these all are very simple and self-explanatory. So without wasting time, we will now go to the day nodal officer login. Uh, it is my request to all the DIOs and district nodal officers, if they have connected to this VC within a district from two different places, kindly join this VC from one place. I request all of you, if the district nodal officer and DIO, if they have joined the VC in the same district from two separate places, kindly connect to the VC, kindly sit together and join the VC from one place, because there are many districts which are requesting us to, uh, which are telling us that they are not able to join and requesting us to let them in, but because of the slots already getting full, we are not able to let them in. So I request all of you, if DIO and district nodal officer for the same district are sitting at two different places and have joined the VC from two different places, please one of you log out and sit together so that we can have some slots free.
This is a web responsive platform, which URL if you put in your mobile, it act as an application. So you put your password, mobile number and password, and the day nodal officer page opens. So a day nodal officer has two functionality. One is pre-event and another is during event. So in pre-event, the day nodal officer has to do two things. One, capture the information of Meri Kahani, Meri Zubani beneficiaries. So Meri Kahani, Meri Zubani beneficiaries are those beneficiary who has been benefited because of the various schemes of the government of India. So the day nodal officer, kindly mute till the VC is going on. Thank you. So the day nodal officer in coordination with the Gram Sevak, Gram Panchayat, Sarpanch and all other member from the Gram Panchayat have to identify 4 or 5 beneficiary who has been benefited by the government schemes and collect the information before the event is happening there. So as an example, if you have to identify, say like you have identified a beneficiary from PM Kisan Samman, so you have to enter the name and the phone number of the beneficiary. Likewise, you can add multiple beneficiary here. So and once you capture this name, it becomes easier for the day nodal or the Gram Panchayat coordinator to call these people during the event. So this is one pre-event activity which needs to be done. Second pre-event activity which needs to be done is to upload information of the Satat Krishi progress, whether drone demonstration is happening or not. If happening, then whether soil health card demonstration is happening or not. If happening, then who is the demonstrator and the phone number of the demonstrator. So these are the three things here. Natural farming session is happening or not. So again, this information has to be uploaded by the day nodal officer before the commencement of the event. So ideally, it is advisable that the day nodal officer in coordination with the Gram Panchayat officials do this activity 4 or 5 days or 7 days before the planned event. Next is another two important pre-event activity done by day nodal officer is adding Utsav committee and Swagat committee. So the role of Utsav committee and Swagat committee members is that they welcome the van when it is there, so they can do some local event or something to inaugurate the van or to welcome the van when it is there in the GP. So this will give a event like appearance, as well as it will help in gathering people as well. So for adding Utsav committee or Swagat committee member, you have to select the Gram Panchayat. You can add the member, select designation if it is a Sarpanch, name, email ID, mobile number is not mandatory. And then you can add multiple officers there, because the committee will have 3 or 4 officers, so you can add officers there. Similarly, add Swagat committee can be done. It is also important that day nodal officer creates this committee before the event is happening. Next is geotag event. So this is very important, because until and unless you geotag the event, you will not be able to upload the data. So geotagging of the event is very important. So the map has the functionality of locating your area, and we understand that the event will happen at one place. It may be a maidan, it may be a school, it may be a Gram Panchayat Bhavan, or some important place in the Gram Panchayat. So geotagging that will help in pinning that information in the map of India and will be tracked by the higher authorities. So it is very important that you pin the event through geotag event. Next, so these are primarily the pre-event activities. Next, update information is during event activity. strongly recommend that the day nodal officer upload all these information of update information during the event or at least on that very day. What we have been observing is that there are multiple events, Gram Panchayat, for which the data has not been uploaded. So it is very important that the day nodal officer uploads the data on that very day and if possible during the event only. So in update information, the first information to be uploaded is upload participation. Here, how many men have attended, how many women have attended, whether if any VVIP has attended or not. Very important to put in this page is whether van is present or not and whether event is held or not. If the event is held, then yes. If event is not held, then no, and the small description why the event has not held. So it is very important that these two field is filled. And then if any VVIP has attended, then the detail of the VVIP, like if the cabinet minister has arrived or not in the event, whether any minister from the state chief minister, governor of the state has attended or not. What we have noticed, one thing which to be noted over here is that these fields are required to be entered only if the concerned person has attended the event. What we have noticed is that day nodal officers are putting in name of their state's chief minister here, but that is not what this is meant to be. Here, if the chief minister is attending that event, then only you enter the name, or say like if any MLA, MLC or MP is attending, then only the name has to be entered. So, and the day nodal officer here can upload the general media of the event as well. Next, so once you enter this, you can save as draft and it will go to the next tab. ऊपर जाके next करो, आएगा option. Next is a Dharti Kahe Pukar ke performance. This is a skit performance which is to be done by local self-help group or local artist school students. It's a small event of which script is already uploaded in the VVSY portal. So if this performance is happening in your Gram Panchayat, then you have to write yes, select yes and then add media. Next is Meri Kahani Meri Zubani. So again, during the pre-event, we have the day nodal has uploaded already registered few of the beneficiary. So he can again select the name or enter the name of the beneficiaries here and can upload the media of those beneficiaries who has been benefited by the Government of India schemes. Next is Satat Krishi. So in most of the GPs, drone demonstration is happening. So drones are being facilitated and drone demonstrations are happening. So if drone demonstration is happening, it is very important that you capture it as yes here and upload the media of drone demonstration. Uploading media of drone demonstration is very important. It has been tracked from the highest authority. Next is your if soil health card demonstration has happened, then you have to put yes or no. If interaction with natural farming farmer has happened, then you have to put yes or no. And we are also encouraging Gram Panchayat to facilitate local women or student or local artist who has raised the name of the Gram Panchayat. If there is any Lakpati Didi or any student who has become meritorious, so those type of people are to be called and to be awarded. So during in the van which is going, there is a provision of t-shirts, caps and badges. So these t-shirts, caps and badges are to be given to these awardees, and when you are giving these t-shirts and these things to the awardees, you capture that media and upload in the portal as well. So there are various camps which are being set up during the event, which are being done by the respective ministries. So like there are TB screening camps which is happening, sickle cell screening camp which is happening, and general health camp which is happening. So the day nodal officer has to capture whether it is being done yes or no, and then the number of people who has attended is to be uploaded here, and a respective media to be uploaded. Celebration. So one of the major emphasis of this event is to reach saturation as well as celebrate the Gram Panchayat who has reached the saturation. So if the Gram Panchayat has 100% Ayushman saturation, one has to put in yes here. If JJM saturation has happened, then yes, can be put in there. So likewise for ODF plus, for land record and others, you can mention whether the saturation is reached or not. This information will be collected by the respective ministries for their way forward. Next important is taking Sankalp. So there is a Viksit Bharat Sankalp, an audio which runs in the LED panel which are there in the van. So once the Viksit Bharat pledge is happening, the people attending there are required to take the pledge simultaneously, and the day nodal officer can put in the number of people who has taken Sankalp and simultaneously upload the media images or videos of people taking Sankalp. Next. So before going to final submission, Suresh, go to quiz. So one of the most important thing which day nodal officer will have to do is conduct quiz. It is again been tracked from the highest authority. It's very important that you conduct quiz. Every Gram Panchayat and day nodal officer has to conduct quiz in their Gram Panchayat. The option to do quiz is that एक बार बगल में एक पोर्टल खोल के रखो, उसमें क्विज का बताएंगे कैसे करना होता है. ठीक है. So staging वाले. So before starting the quiz, the day nodal officer should announce that he is going to start the quiz, and the day nodal officer on his login will press start quiz. So once the quiz is started, the participants or the attendees standing there will have an option of taking the quiz. There would be two ways they can take the quiz. One, there would be a QR code somewhere. A standee would be there with the QR code, or the QR code will be pasted in the truck or the van. So they can scan the QR code, or they can enter the Viksit Bharat Sankalp URL, and they will land on this page. In this page, there is a citizen activity which they can click, and then quiz at event location to be selected. This is in Hindi as well. If you select Hindi, all this will come in Hindi as well. And the quiz can also be taken in multiple languages. So if somebody wants to take quiz in Kannada or in Malayali or in Odia or in Assami, they can also take that in different language. If somebody wants to take quiz in Hindi, they can take quiz in Hindi as well. So once the attendees log into this page, they have to enter whether it's a rural or urban location. They have to select state, district, block and Gram Panchayat from where they are taking quiz. They will enter their name and their mobile number, and they can start taking the quiz. A randomly selected 10 or 12 question will appear in their screen, and they will do the quiz. So that way the quiz will be taken by the attendees who are present there. So once the quiz, so there are two ways of stopping the quiz. Once the time runs out, the quiz will automatically stop, or the day nodal officer can stop the quiz as well. Once he stops the quiz, he will get to know the top participant, and he will have to then award this participant. So he can award this one first, second, third, and the goodies which are there in the van can be given to these participants. T-shirts, caps, and badges which are there are to be distributed to the quiz winners, and the media of distributing these goodies to be uploaded in the portal. So once the award and everything is done, then the day nodal officer can finally submit this page, and the progress will get uploaded into the system. So this is how day nodal officer portal works, and this is how day nodal officer captures all the information.
3,600 events, but we reported 3,600 events. So about 1,000 events either they did not take place, or they were scheduled but could not happen. So there was some gap here. We will try to make a report and start sharing this report also, because what we have to understand, these vans have been paid on a per day basis. If they are not utilized, then government money is also wasted, and secondly, the event which could have taken place has not taken place. So that is one request which has to be done. Secondly is the daily reporting. Now, daily reporting, as was shown to you right now, you have to make a report before the day nodal officer has to make certain entries before the event takes place, and then once the event is over, he has to report. Now, on our portal, you have already planned, suppose for today there were 4,000 events planned across the country. What we monitor in the evening or by tomorrow morning is how many have actually been entered. So there could be two conditions. One condition is event took place, second condition is event did not take place or you deferred the event. So, but when we see there is always a gap of about 500 to 600 where the event which was planned, but there is no report after that. Now, once the report is not there, we have no idea what happened. If the event did not take place, then we'll have to reschedule the event for some other date. But if the event did take place, then we will need a report from your side. We have a control room here, and our officers call the district nodal officer requesting and even the day nodal officer requesting please fill in the details. We will wait for 48 hours now or maximum 72 hours. Now if the details are not filled in, then we will take it that the event did not take place and we will close it. We will make a functionality because our gap is growing and this problem is coming. So I would request all of you to please monitor, especially the district nodal officer, daily please monitor whether your day nodal officer has who you are supposed to make fill in this information. Why has he not filled in this information? Third point here is we have a gap. We will put it in the group, the state wise, what is the status. The gap is the events took place, but the report is not there. Now again, whether the events took place or not, I am going by what you had fed in the portal. If till date, let us say one state has filled in 5,000 events and finally I have a report of only 500 or 4,000 events, then there is a gap of 1,000. I'll just give you an idea. See, the gap is this is a gap.
Yes, sir.
Progress uploaded
Yes, sir.
लिखा हुआ है.
Not uploaded है, sir.
Uploaded लिखा हुआ है.
But वो ही है, sir, gap है.
So the gap is maximum in Maharashtra, which is 1,222. Then the Punjab 955. Then Himachal Pradesh 528, and also Uttar Pradesh 1117 and Uttarakhand 607. Now my request, and there are smaller gaps also, other states like Bihar is 266, Karnataka is 227, 173 is Odisha. So my request is please review this. We will give you a report district wise. We will try to make it district wise so that you can review and ensure that this data is filled in so that we get an updated information. Then about the van, you have already been told that the vans which are coming now, earlier there was a problem. We had filled in the van numbers from here, whereas if we had filled in 5, the district only had 4 vans, or we had filled in 5 and the district had 8 vans, there was a problem. So now we have given this functionality to you to fill in the details so that that is there and you can plan the events accordingly. 2 important points here where we are not getting the data from the district is quiz and Sankalp, individual Sankalp. If you see the report, almost 1 crore people have taken the Samuhik Sankalp, but about 1 lakh people, about 10% only, or 1%, sorry, have only taken the individual Sankalp that is gone on the portal registered themselves, entered their number, taken the Sankalp and taken the certificate. One reason could be that people do not know. People are not aware कि there is a facility जिस पे portal पे जाके they can take a sankalp and they can get a certificate. So if they are told by the day nodal officer or the van MC, they if not all, at least I am saying at least 10%, 20% will still go on the portal and take the sankalp and get a certificate. Secondly, quiz functionality is there. Why we are having a quiz is because we want to make the program a little interactive, involve the people there. Earlier, there were certain problems in the quiz in the sense it was all in English. Language was functionality was there, but you had to scroll it down. Now we have made it horizontal bar is there in which you can select the language, and then in that language you can play the quiz, and we are trying to make it easy also so that you have to fill in very few details. You don't have to, it does not take a lot of time. Now, as far as the vans are concerned, there is a checklist for the vans. They are supposed to uh, give certain facilities, they are paid for that. The government of India is paying them. I'll just tell you what all facilities they are supposed to give. They are supposed to give 300 calendars per, per location, 300 brochures in each location, 50 booklets in each location, 5 t-shirts. This is for the quiz, the winners, 5 t-shirts, and 5 caps. This is again for the quiz, and badges. So what I am trying to say is earlier we were not monitoring this, but there are reports that this is not happening. So we have made this functionality on the day nodal officer login, and he has to fill in whether the event took place and these were distributed. Lastly, these 5 states which are there, these 5 states have to create the day nodal officer. They have to first create the district nodal officers, who have to create the day nodal officer. Now, when you see the program, you see the schedule, it is important that this exercise is done at least 15 days in advance. I'll tell you why. Because the panchayat activities start at least 3-4 days in advance. Now, if you make a day nodal officer today and he has to run this activity in the panchayat tomorrow, there is no time and there is no information available to the panchayat and to others. So he has to first visit the panchayat, tell the sarpanch, the pradhan, what is supposed to be done, what is this campaign, how the planning has to be done, because they have to have the correct information. Then only they can do the pre-activities like the Jan Bhagidari activities, school debates, quiz, Swachhta campaign, inviting beneficiaries, selecting the self-help group for Dharti Kahe Pukar, selecting the people for sharing their stories, Meri Kahani, Meri Zubani. Unless and until all this is done, your final event, जिस दिन आपका program है, जिस दिन van आ रही है, the day the van is coming, you can't have the full thing. And last point here is that when you have the van event, you have to ensure that the PM message is played. You have to ensure that the film which has been made specially for this Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, that film is run. And Dharti Kahe Pukar and Meri Kahani, Meri Zubani, at least these 4 things are conducted there along with the quiz. And you have the health camp, you have the Ujjwala camp, you have other things. So, like here, you are seeing that the on-spot services, the GPY.
Sir, this is a.
Acha, this is no. I just
Yes, sir.
come back.
Come back.
Just come back. Now, my last point here is every week we have the Prime Minister's VC now, and the Honorable Prime Minister is talking to beneficiaries from one from each state. And I think by the end of this campaign, Prime Minister will talk to beneficiaries from each and every state. This is how we have planned. Now, whenever there is a plan in any of your panchayat for the Prime Minister's VC, two, three things are important. One is that the arrangements are there, the connectivity is checked, the beneficiary you select is articulate, they can speak, they can put their point of view across, and uh, the uh, the uh, uh, the Viksit Bharat Yatra has taken place properly in the village, because the Prime Minister also asks about the Yatra, asks about the Rath, whether it has come, what has happened, what all events have taken place. So unless and until all this is done, we will be short of his expectations. So this is all I had to say. There were two, three things which Muktanand will finish, and then we will have a discussion.
Thank you, sir. This is a very important slide because many of the DIOs since last 4 or 5 days they have been raising the issue on the IT Rural Help Desk group that we are not able to see this data, we are not able to see that data. We have uploaded this figure for PMUY for our district, but it is showing zero. So this is a slide which you should please see properly and try to understand. See, there are many KPIs now, many data points which we are, though we are capturing from the day nodal, because there is a provision. Initially, when the campaign started, we kept a provision of capturing that data from the day nodal login. For example, My Bharat volunteer registration. For example, drone demonstrations. But slowly it has the issue was raised by the concerned ministries here that at many places day nodals are not uploading the correct information. So there was a discussion here at the government of India and government of India level, and it was decided that certain data points we will now fetch through the API from the respective department's portal. For example, PMUY registration. So now PM Ujjwala registration data for every panchayat level. First three data points here: PM Ujjwala, Suraksha Bima, and Jeevan Jyoti. This is the data which we are fetching from the concerned department's portal through API. And this is the Gram Panchayat wise data. For example, PMUY registration. Now we are fetching this data through API from the MOPNG portal, and we are getting this data up to the GP level, and we are trying to show it on the portal up to the GP level. So, but there are certain issues uh, facing by us in the functioning of those APIs. However, now most of the issues we have resolved, and either the data has started coming in correctly, or it will be sorted in a day or two. So PMUY registration, Suraksha Bima, Jeevan Jyoti Bima, we are getting through API. Similarly, for My Bharat, Ayushman, and drone demonstrations, we are getting district-wise data for the entire district wherever event is taking place, and this we are getting through API from the ministry's portal. For My Bharat, it is Ministry of Youth Affairs. Ayushman Bharat, it is Health and Family Welfare. Drone, it is Ministry of Fertilizers. So, and KCC data we are already getting through the from the ministry's portal. So, for example, it is written here that day nodal officers are entering GP-wise drone demonstration data, but through their logins, but API data is shown on the portal. So it is my request, we will share this slide on the portal also, and if needed, we will disable the concerning fields in the day nodal login. Some of them we have already done, and the others also, once the data has started, once it starts coming through the API in a correct manner, we will stop taking the data from the day nodal login, and we will disable the feature there. kindly bear with us for a day or two, but please don't keep raising the issue of कि हमने PMUY रजिस्ट्रेशन डिस्ट्रिक्ट में इतना किया था, यहाँ इतना दिख रहा है, कलेक्टर साहब नाराज़ हो रहे हैं, DC साहब मुझसे पूछ रहे हैं. In a day or two we will resolve the issue, because it has been decided at a high level. Please don't argue with us on this point, that and don't tell us that why have you field in the day nodal login, because everything which is being done, we are trying our best to maintain the sanity of the system. So please have patience, and this is the real position, the situation, and you can keep this in mind, and please cooperate with us. Very soon we will try to show the exact data wherever it is available gram panchayat wise. In the case of PMUY, Suraksha Bima, Jeevan Jyoti, we will show it gram panchayat wise, and wherever it is available district wise, we will show on the portal the correct data district wise, which we are getting directly from the department. So if there is any anomaly in the data, please, you may after 2-3 days, you may please contact in the concerned ministry that why this data is showing, or you can contact the concerned district officer of the scheme. For example, for PMUY, you can ask the representative of the gas agency, or the whosoever is representative of Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas in your district, that what was the data which he or his ministry has uploaded on the portal, because we are now getting these data from through API from those portals, and neither day nodal or we are responsible for the data which is being pushed by the concerned ministry. And at the end of this slide, you can see the note at the bottom that as of now, the data for people screened in health camps, TB and sickle cell are being shown as they have been captured by the day nodal. But very soon we will get these 3 data points also through the API from the portal of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. तो ये जो 3 का डेटा है, पीपल स्क्रीन इन हेल्थ कैंप्स, टीबी एंड सिकल सेल, ये भी बहुत जल्दी हम लोग API से लेके दिखाएंगे, और ये सारा डेटा हम लोग API लगभग सारा फंक्शनल है. सो आप लोग इस स्थिति को समझें, और हमें IT रूरल हेल्प डेस्क पे DIOs बार बार एक ही क्वेश्चन ना पूछें, और 1-2 दिन में हमें उम्मीद है कि हम ठीक से ये सारा डेटा दिखाने की स्थिति में होंगे. नेक्स्ट, एनी अदर स्लाइड?
हाँ, एक सेकंड.
So this is just in continuation of the previous slide, wherever in the detailed reports, state-wise data and district-wise data will be shown for those KPIs for which district-wise data is coming via API from the department. Below district level, the figure will be shown as NA. We will make this provision. And for 100% saturation, this is another very important point, because DIOs have continuously been raising these issues. There are 2 schemes, Har Ghar Jal reported gram panchayats and ODF plus model gram panchayats. These 2 they pertain to the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. The ministry is DDWS, and it was decided, a conscious decision was made here, that on these points, whichever panchayat is Har Ghar Jal reported panchayat or ODF plus model panchayat as on 15th November. Kindly note, I repeat, as on 15th November, whichever panchayat was Har Ghar Jal reported or ODF plus model, only those panchayats, list of those panchayats have been entered on the portal from the back end. तो केवल 15 नवंबर तक जिस पंचायत ने हर घर जल रिपोर्टेड का स्टेटस या ODF प्लस मॉडल का स्टेटस ले लिया था, हमने डायरेक्टली मिनिस्ट्री से वो लिस्ट लेकर बैकएंड से फीड की है. जब डे नोडल लॉग इन करेगा, व्हेन द डे नोडल विल लॉग इन, सो ओनली दोज पंचायत्स विच हैव बीन अपलोडेड फ्रॉम द बैकएंड will show as yes, otherwise it will say no. So it is possible that a panchayat has attained the status of Har Ghar Jal or ODF plus model on 2nd December and the event is on 5th December. So day nodal will see no instead of yes there, because the status is as on 15th November and it was decided consciously. So please don't argue with us on this point on the WhatsApp group that what is the utility. This was a decision taken here. If there will be any change, we will discuss with the concerned ministry and then make the change. So Once the day nodal logs in, and if he sees that yes is written, then only he has to enter whether the Abhinandan Patra for Har Ghar Jal or the ODF Plus model was distributed there or not. So it is very simple. If the panchayat was Har Ghar Jal reported or ODF Plus model GP as on 15th November, the same will show as yes in the day nodal officer login, and in that case day nodal officer has to report whether the Abhinandan Patra for the relevant scheme was distributed or not. There is no provision of making yes to no or no to yes, and if the panchayat was not Har Ghar Jal or ODF Plus model, because we have received this information from DDWS, Ministry of DDWS, and uh, the we whatever data has been given to us, we have just uploaded it on the portal, and the status was as on 15th November. So please understand this point and don't put the questions related to this point on the WhatsApp group. Next.
That's it.
That's it. Sir, we have